It's time for another card creation from Imagine Crafts. We're going to begin making this card by creating the background, which is with a natural piece of paper sprayed with a few colors of our Fireworks craft spray. You just want to make sure you shake this up real good. And I'm using the Fireworks because this is just going to add a nice shimmer and sparkle to my finished card. First I used rich cocoa, and now I'm going to spray some sweet plum, a little bit of bamboo leaves, and then I'm going to finish with just a little touch of tangelo, which is our orange. And now I'm going to allow this to dry while I work on the other pieces of the card. The next part of the card that we're going to build is our leaf, and our leaf is made from a piece of our rattlesnake Vertigo. And you can see it's got that great pattern in here that resembles snakeskin. And I'm going to just lay this down. We're going to use our Versamark watermark stamp pad, which is the perfect pad for embossing. And I'm going to ink up my jumbo leaf stamp from Stampendous. Get that nice and inked up. And I'm just going to stamp that down here onto my piece of Vertigo. Now, using our gold embossing powder, I'm just going to sprinkle some of that on there, tap off the excess, got a little extra in the corner there. So you can see I have my embossing powder, and now I'm going to heat this with a heat tool. Remember that when working with Vertigo, that it can withstand heat, but you don't want to get the heat gun right down on top of it. You do want to keep a little bit of distance. After heat setting my gold embossing powder on my leaf, I fussy cut this out right along the edge of where I had the gold embossing powder. I embossed this on the shiny side of the Vertigo, and what I'm going to do now is flip this over to the matte side, and this is the side I'm going to add my color onto. I've chosen to use Brilliance because it does have that pearlescent finish to it, and it's really going to add that sparkle to the Vertigo when we put this on the card. So my first color is Rust, and then I'm going to pick up a little bit of Crimson Copper and just kind of highlight that in. See how great that adds the color, and because of the pattern in the Vertigo, it's going to refract the light even more, so it gives that extra shimmer and depth to the leaf. I'm going to flip this back over, and I'm going to heat set this real quick. And remember, heat set's not required when you're using the Vertigo, it just speeds things up. Now that my background that I sprayed with my Fireworks is completely dry, we're going to use our Stampendous leaf background stamp along with our Versamark again. Get it inked up real good and stamp it onto my background. And then this time we're going to use copper embossing powder on the leaf background just to have some different metallic colors that match that fall theme. So you can see I've got my embossing powder on there, and now I'm going to go ahead and heat set this. Now it's time to assemble our card. I've already put all my adhesive on all my pieces, so everything's prepped and ready to go. We're going to start with our background sprayed with the Fireworks and embossed with the copper. And on top of that, I'm going to lay my May Arts twill ribbon and just wrap the back around like so. And on top of that, I'm going to add a piece of sheer pumpkin colored ribbon and wrap that around the back just like so. And now I'm going to place all of this onto my A2 sized card that's already been pre-cut and pre-scored, and that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. So you can see I have that laid down there now. And last but not least, I'm going to take my Rattlesnake Vertigo leaf colored with the Brilliance, and we're going to adhere that right there. And as you can see, we've got a great, easy card ready for any fall celebration or greeting. For more great project ideas, check out Imagine Crafts on Facebook, Pinterest, and at imaginecrafts.com.